when the book of Revelation is read, as I've read some of it and posted some of it concerning Revelation chapter 6, the parable of the fig tree. Well, that parable of the fig tree also had other content. After the part about the fig tree, who gives forth its untimely fruit as shaken of a mighty wind, after that, right, which I've already said are likely narratives that these people put out to distract the masses from what God is trying to do through his chosen, so they'll be able to kind of take away that attention. So that was the parable of the fig tree, the untimely fruit, and then it goes on further and discusses, oh yeah, the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their place. So I've already kind of mentioned what that is in another Bible study. I mentioned that it's likely that it's where the New Testament is taking the place of the Old Testament, and that this is the beginning. This is where everything starts to happen. Hide us from the face of him who sitteth upon the throne, because those are going to be the people that likely decide what is acceptable. So that may be part of it for the Christians, of course. If there's any hide us from him that sitteth upon the throne for these pretend Christians, it's similar, where they don't want to be confronted with the actual chosen of God. They also want to be left alone. And so when it comes to save us from the wrath of the Lamb, it would be like their followers. And if they put them to wrath, they may not survive that. That might be all they have. And that's a lot of this internet, especially nowadays with the internet and influencers and things like that. If they do something to upset their followers, that could be the end of their platform, or at least the ability to sustain themselves, or whatever benefits they reap from it, could be the end. So that's basically that he who sitteth upon the throne are likely the people that dictate what you can and can't do, in whatever circumstances arise. If they're on the throne, then that's probably covers quite a bit. And then of course the wrath of the Lamb, their followers, if once they conform to the person that sits on the throne, they still have to not be subject to the wrath of the lambs, their followers. And you see that now with these concerned troll platforms and these what are called alternative media platforms, and even the mainstream platforms. But a lot of the concerned troll platforms and alternative media platforms, where they're trying to look like they're truthers, or they're righteous or something, and they're doing something good for people, and and so they have to be allowed to appear, you know, like they're, you know, these angels of light or something, but, you know, only briefly, very likely, until they can somehow find a way to kind of ease that topic away. But that's basically what these people do, is they are put there to, you know, maybe grab a hold of these topics, especially for me, right? Because, you know, they don't want me to, you know, they want to be ever learning and never able to come to a knowledge of the truth, rather than actually, you know, have that happen.